do the
Last week's intro. Did you listen to it?
I didn't yet.
Because I started the episode right when I started recording, because it picked up Zach talking about cutting the start of stuff, and then you were immediately like, I hope you wouldn't have cut the stuff before that if I had said it. But because of where I started recording, it sounds like I cut what you had been talking about.
That's so funny. You should have put like a disclaimer, like I cut everybody equally in this podcast.
Everybody. I'm a non-discrimination cutter.
Yeah. Oh,
yikes! Oof.
That could be taken out of context really badly, just like what I just said back. Back there.
I guess this is as good of an intro as any.
Right.
Ryan,
are we recording?
Yeah.
Oh, hooray!
Zach, tell
I need to get
tell the people
what I
what
need
they're
to do.
listening to.
I need to get like a live button so that when you push record, you can just push the thing and it just goes that we're live.
There we go.
Make this new and improved office
more of a studio.
Yeah.
You need to put like one or two like soundproofing foam things up, but just like one or two.
What I should do is I should buy those real expensive like gaming ones. Did you see those?
No.
The company that makes those like key lights and everything.
Yeah.
And like Logitech, I think who it is, but they make like gaming key lights, and now they made gaming soundproof, and they're just like in like a hexagon shape, and it's $100 for them, and it comes with only 3.
Are you
so
serious?
I was like, I should get those and only put one up just to look at and throw the show a video of me throwing the other two away.
It's $12 for a dozen, or no, like $20 for a dozen 1 foot square ones.
Right.
Oh God, Zach,
I'll look him up.
Zach, tell the people what they're listening to.
Trash.
Yeah. You know you're supposed to like the show you're on, right?
Oh.
Then, I think we've made it very clear that I don't like the show.
I wasn't talking to you, so it's a good thing then.
So you're listening to Pop Culture Unboxing. I hope you enjoy this wild ride of fun friends in most likely Marvel again.
Yeah, true. I'm Matt.
Ryan's over there doing stuff off mic.
Yeah, he's looking for those expensive soundproof panel things.
All right, it's Elgato, the streaming company, and it's also.
What about a cat?
Oh wow, it's even worse. It's 167 to have. I think that's 8 of them, 6 of them, and then for 2 of them, it's $100.
And how big are they? Who are you?
I'm Zach.
Okay. That's insanity.
I don't understand.
That's how big they are from that thing.
Insanity.
I
Yeah.
don't understand. What's the point of those?
So they're soundproof. Also, I'm Ryan. The soundproofer. They soundproof. They help stop sound from jumping.
Well,
you know how sound bounces off walls, and if like we took everything out of the office, we'd have like more of an echo. That's because this stuff stops sound waves from bouncing all over the place.
Oh.
Yeah. If you want to get into the semantics about it, they're not actually soundproofing. It says it even there.
Sound
Acoustic
dampening.
treatment, sound dampening, because they're not technically soundproof. Because soundproofing means that sound doesn't go out, but what you're trying to do with those is try to keep sound from bouncing.
Right.
Oh. So I guess now would be a perfect segue to talk about our first sponsor, No One.
Yeah. No one. For when you absolutely positively have to get nothing done ever, hire no one.
That was pretty good.
That's how we should start like every episode. We should just like talk about a product and then like launch into like a.
I said that once before.
ad.
Remember, I was
did.
like, we should create fake sponsors and say
Yeah.
we're sponsored by like.
Well, but they're not fake.
Right.
They're real to us.
Right, they're real
They're
to
real
us.
to
And as long as the world still revolves around you, Matt, they're real.
You're right.
Right?
That makes them real.
That's
Right.
true.
The world does revolve around me. I'm glad you recognize
What do you guys
that.
think? Are you happy about the new
It's a
change?
nice little room.
Are you happy that you have room to move around now?
Yeah, I have so
And-
much room for activities.
And you don't have
I
to.
can stretch
As
my
he
arms.
almost punched it, I thought you were gonna. I thought you were gonna punch that glass.
It's a really
case.
thrilling audio podcast, isn't it?
It's so great.
Ryan, what are we talking about first?
I don't even remember what was on our list. Oh, that terrible thing that our fans sent us. I want to get around with that.
Steven.
Steven, who is Steven to you?
He's a friend of mine. We used to play D&D with him.
Okay, so he is a friend of
He's
yours?
a friend of mine, and Rob. I met him through Rob.
Oh, I
We
thought
had
he
him
was.
on our
I
show.
thought he's a random guest, so I was gonna be nice, but now I'm not.
Wow,
That guy's a
okay.
monster. What he sent you to also show me, he's a monster, and I don't like.
He's my
him.
ghostwriter. Remember those books I read you a while back?
See, this is why I already don't like him. This is why I don't like him.
Yeah,
He ruins everything.
Whenever I bring up my ghostwriter, that's what I'm talking about.
Ever I bring up my
Me and
Ghost
Steven
Rider.
need to have a chit chat.
No, you don't.
That's great.
Yeah.
Get your own ghostwriter,
I don't.
which I know you already have.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Who's my ghostwriter?
Haven't you had a bunch of stuff fed to you by Dally?
No, he's given me like articles, but he's not been like he's never wrote my jokes.
Well, neither is Steven.
I was gonna say,
Ghostwriter just sounds funnier than saying, "Oh, this guy sent me a link."
Oh, okay. Well, then,
giving
yes, I have a
suggestions
ghostwriter.
doesn't mean ghostwriter. It was
So
like,
Zach has to get a ghostwriter now.
no, I'm an OG.
Anyway,
I'll
what did
be
he send
his
me, Ryan?
ghostwriter. You sent me something called what's it called?
Sexy
Beasts.
Beasts.
And
And
it's
where to find them?
it's that's
God.
that if that's not the parody,
Every
the adult
day.
video parody of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, I'm gonna make it exist.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it
For
exist
all the
in world.
furries.
Yeah.
There's a
so-
phenomenal meme that I love. It's called "Every Day We Stray Further from God,"
That's well.
That
I mean, is that a meme
This
or is
is-
that just the truth?
This is evidence of
and
it.
both.
So if anyone's wondering, Netflix decided that they wanted to also have a dating series, like The Bachelor.
They saw The
or
Bachelor and The
Flavor
Masked-
of Love, and
They
then
saw The Masked Singer.
I'm telling you, that's what happened. There was a dude on pot sitting in a beanbag chair with all his friends. Be like, we need a show idea because this is how Netflix does their business. By the way, they're
Well,
just
yeah.
a bunch of hippies, but they
What
also
is it? Was it Family Guy that did the joke where they call Netflix and Netflix says, "Hello, thanks for calling Netflix. Your show's approved."
no, but that's pretty much Netflix.
Someone did that joke.
But what happened was they sat around and they were in their beanbag chairs and they were eating their Cheetos and all that, watching TV, and they were like, "Wow, look at this Masked Singer. We could do something like that." And bro's like, "Yo, I'm such a fan of The Bachelor. We should definitely do a dating series." And that's what happened. Then these creepy, and also, you know what? It wasn't also just them. It was those people from Sci-Fi that do the like makeup show. Do you know what they do?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Sci-fi that do the makeup.
I don't
show?
know. It's like they make monster. They let makeup artists come in. That show's pretty cool actually. So I'm
Yeah.
not going to talk too much crap on them. But the other people in that
You other
awful,
people.
god awful seat of beanbag chairs and pot smoke and BO decided that this is what we're going to put on TV now because we want our community to be dumber, not better.
Do you want to explain the premise of the show?
So it's people where I don't even know how to explain this really. I guess it's a bunch of furries.
Because I guess having people go on dates with a screen between them isn't interesting enough. So what they did is they took the people instead and caked them in animal makeup.
Right.
So they all look like furries, but like too real. Like they're in the uncanny valley and they're dressed up as
Right.
things like moles or praying mantis or dolphins.
Yeah, but with like
they're having blind
very
dates.
weird articulating mouths. That praying mantis thing is way too much for me. I was.
I think. Do you think they actually cut the guy's jaw in half?
I hope
to get
so.
the
I hope
mandible
so.
look.
I hope so because when he took his makeup off,
But okay, here's the thing: like the show, it looks like it'll be funny. I'm not gonna watch it.
no,
Steven said it, and so did you, and I think I did too. Is the problem with the show is like they're all like, "Oh, I hope you'll like me with the makeup off." It's like,
Yeah,
but
we
they're
will.
all gonna be hot,
Yeah.
and they even are. Every person they showed without the makeup was hot.
They
It's
are. They are all very
it doesn't
attractive.
matter. You line them all up and throw a dart in their direction. Whoever it hits is gonna be hot.
right. Well,
Like-
that's the point. It's like, well, no, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and the personality sticks. It's like, nah, they're hot, so all their
Yeah.
personalities are just a blank of wood. That's what it is.
And honestly,
They don't have personality.
Let's be perfectly honest here.
These people are
when
dating
you're
after
watching
the
these
show.
shows, how often are you looking at their face?
Wow.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, you're looking
Yes,
at their
Matt,
body.
Please do explain
looking
what
to
it
see if
is
they're-
you're talking
like,
about.
If they're all thin and they've got assets
Yeah,
and stuff
sorry,
like that.
people. The reality
They
is that
got
people
assets.
don't. That people. The reality is people. It's It's so dumb. It's that like Cinderella world where it's just like even poor people can be happy. Like no, that's not the case.
Poor people can't be happy. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Do you like my theory that I told you before the show? Do you remember what it was?
I don't.
My theory is that this show they're not in makeup. That's who they are. And this is how we're finding out that human animal hybrids exist.
That
and
would
the
make it
furries
better.
have been right all along.
Oh my god! What if it like it's portrayed as a reality show for us, but when the first episode, it like starts into a war show, and now it's a fantasy show about war between the like non-human and human people.
Oh,
Like
okay.
another famous movie called Bright.
Yeah.
You don't remember that? Of course you did. Nobody did.
There's a part where Will Smith is racist to fairies.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's also a part where there's a dragon flying over LA. I want to see that movie.
See, you know what's weird? I want to be on this.
That movie does exist. It's called Rain of Fire, starring Christian Bale.
It's
2005.
a really good. It's actually really good.
That's what I've heard.
thought it was
I've been
pretty
meaning
good.
to watch it.
I watched it on FX one time. It was just on TV as a TV movie.
Do they have
Enjoyed
movies?
the whole thing. FX has the movies.
Wow.
You get that?
FX. We've got the movies.
FX got the movie. I'm sorry.
You're welcome.
It's really clever. Sorry. I wanted to keep speaking, but my mouth like dried out. I think it's because I don't want to talk about these weird furry people anymore.
Are you a furry now, Ryan?
I think so.
Okay.
If there's anything I've learned in my history of watching Netflix, they suck.
Well,
So
the problem is like they're playing this off as it's a reality dating site or dating show, but it's also not reality because these people aren't dating each other afterwards. What's happening is they're all there. They're all going to go through. They're like, so how much are you paying me to go put this makeup on? Okay, yeah, I'll be on. I'll put the makeup on. And then they pretend that they listen to the person that they're talking to. But really, they're still focused on like, I wonder when I'm going to be in a Marvel movie. Like,
Yeah.
And then what happens is that at the end they say, "Cut, good job, guys." They rip the makeup off and like, did you really pick me because you liked me? I was like, I don't like anybody.
Yeah.
I'm only about myself. And then did cocaine out the door. That's what happened.
Well, and
they
it's going to be
collected
the
their
same as
paycheck.
because what Bachelor and Bachelorette, famously, the marriages never last more than a year or so.
well, and that's the thing.
Look at Flavor of Love.
it's all
Why
a
did we
joke.
have 3 Flavor of Loves? Did you watch the show? When you were a kid?
No.
Oh my man, I had MTV.
Never heard of it.
Flavor of Love was Flavor
Oh,
Flav.
oh, yeah.
Gave
Maybe I
him.
have
They
heard
gave him. They gave him a love show. By the way, at this point, I'm pretty sure the dude was like 70 years old, but he was still in. They gave him one VH1 show where it was like Flavor of Love. It was a reality show, went for like 2 months or something like that. And then he found he was like, this is the woman of my dreams. Yeah. And then they went and, dated. And then what happened is they came back for Flavor of Love 2 because he's like, nah, I want more. And then he did it
No,
a
I
third
want
time.
more.
And then after that, the first girl that he chose, she got a reality dating show on VH1.
Oh, my
This
goodness.
is the world we live in, guys.
Well,
And if that keeps branching out, doesn't everyone end up having their own dating show?
There are thousands of great documentaries on Netflix, and nobody talks about any of them.
dude, that's what kills me is I'm sitting here and I'm like, I watch these things and I'm like, man, these things aren't going to be a thing in 10 years. And then 10 years later, they're still around. Who is watching this? Who thinks that this is entertaining?
Same as like Price is Right.
Sad.
Well, Price is Right is actually
lonely
fun
people.
to watch
Yeah, but
Like-
but look at when it airs
in the mornings.
in the mornings on weekdays.
I have
Yeah.
When normal people are either asleep or at work.
Dude, when I am retired or if for some reason
That's
I ever become a
that's it.
child again, I watch that all the time.
It's retirees who were too stupid not to pick up a hobby before they retired.
My brain took a
watch
real
it.
weird turn. You asked who was watching this, and I instantly had a comeback, and I was like, wow, even I'm not proud of that comeback. Because you were like, who's watching? I was just like, really ugly, fat people eating fried mayonnaise balls is what came
That's
to my
just
head.
mean.
I was just like, yes, I need to not do that. I got too angry.
And you figured out a way to do it anyway.
I got too I went too far.
Okay.
You did the same thing I do when I think of when my wife says something and I think of a phenomenal comeback, but it's super, super insulting. I start laughing. She goes, "What?" I'm like, well, now I have to tell you, and then I tell her about it.
It reminds me of my the meanest thing you can say to anyone is to tell them that they're the hottest person in the room until literally anyone walks in.
Oh, that's crushing.
So
you
remember how
imagine-
I said he wasn't my ghostwriter?
Yeah.
He kind of is, because he said one of the best responses he got was, and this is Steven who sent this to me. I thought I was speaking about the one of the girls. I thought I was totally into her. Turns out I just want to have sex with a dolphin. And then follow-up question. This is the really important one. And he fed me this question. I just want to make that clear. I didn't think of this myself because I'm a dum-dum. If you, Ryan, or you, Zach, were on this show, what animal would you want to be disguised as?
Ooh. What do you want?
Okay,
what would you pick, Zach?
Oh god. Well, one, if I was on the show, somebody shoot me. But after
I
that,
mean, if you're a prey animal, that could be arranged.
I would like to be.
I have a story after this.
An alpaca.
Speaking of prey animals.
An alpaca.
An alpaca.
Ooh.
Okay,
Why?
as
So you could
opposed to a
spit on 'em?
llama.
No, because alpacas naturally hate coyotes and kick them to death, which is why alpacas are used on farms.
It'd be really funny if one of your dates actually did dress up as a coyote, so the whole episode
Just show up and start
constantly
kicking.
them.
Sorry, we're incompatible.
You had that answer really fast.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, my my buddy out in Jersey, who I actually went to go see last weekend, he is starting his own farm, and he has lambs now. He's got 3 ewes and a ram, and one of the things he said, he's like, "I'm going to get an alpaca," and my first thought was, "Why on earth are you getting an alpaca?" And then he told me that he was like, "They naturally hate coyotes; they kick them to death." And I was like, "Oh, cool! Like, I'll use that one day." So I was actually in an interview for a job last week because I'm still unemployed.
Dude,
And-
nice.
Yeah, I know, right? So I'm in this interview, and they're like, "If you could be any farm animal, what would you be?" And I was like, "Nobody's ever going to see the alpaca coming." So it's like, I'll be an alpaca. And they were like, "Why an alpaca?" I was like, "Well, they kick coyotes to death." And the next guy looked at me and said, "You live in Pittsburgh, right?" And I was like, he's like, "How do you know this?"
How many alpacas or coyotes do you encounter in
It
Pittsburgh?
was so great.
All right, Ryan.
I was on with the whole llama thing. It's like I like the idea of just being able to spit on people all the time.
Independent of
what
his thought, you were on llama.
I was on llama just because. I even said because he went like alpaca, and my response was yeah. So you could spit on them because that's like the thing.
No,
like,
alpacas are nice llamas.
yeah, llamas are the mean. They spit and bite.
Llamas
people.
are the mean llamas.
It would be great to
Yeah.
walk out. I would see. The thing is, like these people, they walk out with just their face in the shape of the animal, but then like their whole body's the same. But like what I'm gonna do if I'm on the show is I'm gonna be like on all fours, like trying to walk, and I'm gonna have like a fake llama head. And what's gonna
llama
happen
head.
is like it'll be attached to like a little lever will be attached to my jaw. So I'm looking down at the ground, not even looking at them, and I'm still talking. So the jaw will move, kind of like those furry suits now.
I have a question. How are you going to spit on them?
What I'll do is I'll have new revolutionary straw that I just spit up into.
So
them.
okay,
Revolutionary
but here's the
straw.
problem: is if this dating show takes place on Arrakis, they'll think you're complimenting them.
On what?
My brother and dad will get that one.
That was kind
Immediately,
of terrifying.
immediately kick the wind out of my sails. I was gonna say, literally kick the sails.
Do you
out
want
of
me
my
to
wind.
explain it?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I don't care.
I don't know what animal I would be. I had all this time to think about it, and I still drew a blank.
I'm gonna take a guess what I think you would be.
Okay, I like this.
Let's see. Give me some of your personality, Matt. I already know you,
Like
but
what?
give me your personality. Tell me what kind of.
I want to
man-
head off one.
What kind of-
Bear is off the table.
All right,
because
what
that
kind-
one's too easy.
Yeah, what kind of man are you? That's not too easy. right?
That's a broad question.
Yeah. So, are you a good man?
I like to think so.
Okay.
I saw it. I saw it behind his eyes. He checked the no box.
Oh man, what would you be? I want to say that you would be like a kimono dragon or a lemur. Or maybe-
I like the lemur thing. I watched a lot of Zaboomafoos.
I was just about to say that. I was like, here we go, Zaboomafoo.
I like it when we're connected.
All right, I'm a
love it.
ring-tailed lemur. That'll do.
Ring-tailed.
You were thinking of that show.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Madagascar. Like I like to move the move.
Do you?
What?
This connects in a weird
You got
way
really excited to tell
This
me
connects
something.
in a weird way.
because that is, Rob does that voice perfectly. It's one of his things on Twitch. If you spend channel points, he'll say stuff in the King Julian voice. He's really good
All right,
at
I'm
it.
gonna write that
he
down.
needs to
real
do
quick.
it. He needs to do it in the Mort voice. Mort is the best.
I think he can do the Mort too.
Oh, dude, when that TV series came out, it was pretty funny. Well, my dad is a very interesting character.
Yeah.
Me and my buddies all in high school were sitting there watching the news because like we were trying to learn things, and we hear laughing, and he's in the other room watching SpongeBob. The 50-year-old man is in the back while the teenagers are paying attention to the current events. But that was one of his favorite shows because of Mort and King Julian.
Wait, SpongeBob?
Oh no, I'm sorry, Madagascar.
Okay.
Because of those.
I changed my mind. Can I
Okay.
be a yellow crazy ant?
Sure.
Do you know what
Why
those
not?
are? These things are crazy. I just learned. See,
Is that
this
why they're called?
This is what. This is
Crazy
why.
ants?
Yes.
No
this is
way.
why you should watch more documentaries and not waste your brain with crappy dating shows. But it turns out. So this is on Planet Earth too. By the way, really fantastic show. You should watch it if you're really
One of them
interested in the world.
Attenborough flicks.
Yes. So it turns out there's an island that houses crabs, and these once a year these crabs all they head to
Do
the
they
ocean.
rave?
Yes, and they
Okay.
go while they rave to the water to mate because after the rave you start doing the thing. So. I'm thinking of the thing. So what happens? I hope
Sorry.
you can hear that on the mic, so it
You
doesn't
can.
seem like I just had a random laugh.
No, if you
It
couldn't,
picked
I was
up.
doing the crab rave theme while he told his story to give it some ambiance.
But what it is, but because of human interference, we brought these things called the yellow crazy ant.
Okay.
And it is such a menace that that only a year after being on the island, those ants took over the island. And what they do is these ants, they spit acid. I don't know why I'm talking about a lot of things that spit today. I don't know what's up with that. But they spit acid.
Ryan's got a type, it turns out.
They spit acid and then eat the crabs alive.
That's
and
horrifying.
rip them to pieces. But what's crazy is how did they take these crabs down is they crawl all over them and then they spit acid in their eyes, blinding them, and then spit acid in their mouth. I don't know why that's helpful, but it does the job for them, I guess. And then they eat them alive. It's insane. We, the humans, did this. Not that those ants would have been fine wherever they were supposed to be. But at one point, there's a march of the crabs. It's millions of crabs marching to the ocean, and there's just that one unlucky guy that took a wrong turn to get to the rave, and then
He gets anted.
yeah, he went down an alleyway, and there's a bunch of crazy ants in leather jackets, snapping their fingers and just going after him.
Okay, so Ryan likes crab,
Crazy ants
and
yellow crazy.
he
ants.
likes crab, so he's a crazy ant.
Right.
Are you
What-
are you playing Candy Crush during the podcast?
Yes. I've learned
got
that if
caught.
I do something secondary, it's easier for me to focus on what you guys are saying and not go off in my mind.
That makes literally no sense to me.
Do you guys do you want to move on from this with a less horrifying anecdote about how humans messed up ecology?
Yes.
Are you familiar with starlings,
No.
the little birds that are everywhere?
No, birds aren't real. Didn't you hear?
Well, these are a certain type of fake bird.
Oh, okay.
They're not native to the U.S., but they're everywhere here.
Yeah.
Do you want to know how do you know how they got here?
No, but just remind me after we say this. I have a new conspiracy theory
Okay.
that I love, and I want to talk about it.
Okay.
They were brought here by someone in the 1800s or so,
Right.
because he believed that every continent should have the animals mentioned in Shakespeare's works. And since they mentioned a starling, he had to bring starlings to the Americas. And now we are full of starlings.
What do they look like?
They're little birds. They're
Do
brownish.
they hurt the economy?
brown.
in
They
some
eat a
way?
lot of bugs,
That's it.
and there's a ton of them.
Well, it's okay. They're not real anyway.
It's like ladybugs. We brought in stink bugs to deal with the ladybugs. No.
yeah,
Now they're
yeah.
everywhere.
I had a ladybug land on my arm last night. I haven't seen one in
Aw.
forever.
That's cute. Was it green or red?
It was red.
Oh,
With
okay.
the spots. It
If
wasn't
you ever, if
the
you're,
fake one.
oh, it wasn't the fake one. It
Yeah,
wasn't the
I know.
robot one the
Yeah.
government sent out.
What's
Well,
your conspiracy
The
theory?
conspiracy theory. It's also gained traction. So we all know. We know the boring.
It's
ones.
always good when those gain traction.
We
Yeah.
know the boring ones where the Earth is flat and global
Yeah.
warming. It was 91 degrees outside yesterday. Well, 94 at the highest.
My car read 100 at one point.
Right.
Yes,
but
because individual weather patterns mean total climate change.
as we know, global warming doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
Oh, no, it is. It's just not going to be anything for the next 100 years.
For a second, I was
Stop
like,
eating beef.
yeah, kill all the cows.
Yeah.
But so there's a new one, just like flat Earth theory. That was, flat Earth theory started as a joke, and then people were like, "That's real." So
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that's real, whatever. There's a new one. Birds aren't real.
Yeah.
But the reason it's so new is because it's actually gained popularity, and there is a guy who is behind the birds aren't real conspiracy theory. He's touring around our country right now in a van.
Yeah, I've seen the van, not in person, but
and the only way you can know where he's going is if you subscribe to his Patreon, and you can go hang out with him and protest with him that birds aren't real.
Incredible.
And I'm saying,
I wonder if Cole knows about that.
We should go.
Did you know I got Cole birds aren't real stuff for Christmas?
Really?
I had him as because my family's too big to do to get everyone to get everyone else gifts. So we do a Secret Santa of all the siblings and significant others. And I had Cole this past year, and one of his things on his wish list was birds aren't real stuff. So I got him like a shirt, some stickers, mask from them
on his
awesome.
on his van, and I think it's also a shirt. He has like a very highly detailed picture of what a bird actually looks like on the inside, and it's just like outside the beak is where the camera runs down to the circuitry. It's in the stuff. So, and the reason that made me think of this is also one of the popular meals of the yellow crazy ant is birds. So I was like, look at these ants. What if America started creating these birds, killed all the real birds, and then created other
They were
birds?
never real
What
birds.
if China? Well, no. So the theory is that I think it was Reagan. I think it's no. Kennedy. Kennedy. The reason he
before or after he died.
Before he died.
Okay.
The reason he got murdered is because he was trying to stop the government from doing surveillance on its people with the birds. So China decided to create these crazy yellow ant robots, which now eat the birds to help save the United States. And it's all connected to QAnon. This is all stuff I'm making up in my head.
Okay, Alec phones.
Right. It's all connected to QAnon. That is a phenomenal one. Dude, there was a guy that
phenomenal one. I just made it up.
It was great. Dude, there's a guy that we worked with at Uber because it's no longer a company anymore, so now I can say that.
Yeah.
Like I used to work.
Uber's still a company.
Yeah, we used to work with the
Yeah, but none of us
self-driving
work there
cars
anymore, so it's fine.
Oh, no, it's
But I
ATG.
still do. So please.
Oh, well, all
You
right.
don't work
Way to
for
out
Uber
yourself. You don't work with Uber
You don't
Uber
work for
anymore.
Uber anymore. Uber
that's
ATG
right.
doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I don't.
So-
You got fired.
But every
Congratulations.
it was like
you got
every-
fired from Uber.
I know, right? Every November he would be like, "Did you realize that there's no birds around?" I was like, "It's winter in Pittsburgh." And he goes,
That's not true. There were birds. There were still birds. Those are the ones that were
Yeah, my
winterproof.
grandmother has two in her house all the
They
time.
were winterized. That's what happened. those are the Bird Mark II by the government to spy on us.
"Oh my god, that's great."
Okay, we watched a trailer.
What trailer? did
Another
we watch?
trailer, not the furry trailer.
The furry trailer. Oh yeah, because this show.
You're
is-
more interested in it than either of us are, I think.
I don't. I want to talk about it, but I also don't want to talk about it.
Okay, we don't have to.
Okay,
Then don't talk
Let's
about
talk
it.
about what you want to talk about.
I don't have anything to... My next thing was your surprise you have for us at the end of this.
What's our time frame?
We're at about half an hour.
Okay, that's
We can do a
fair.
short episode?
No.
Or are you going to talk about your trailer?
I don't know.
You
Let's keep
know,
making up.
it's very
conspiracy
possible.
theories. I really like it.
It's very possible that we watched a show over the weekend that was very good.
You want to talk
true.
about that?
we can talk about that.
I didn't, but you guys did. So talk.
Yeah, so-
Richard and Mortimer.
Richard and Mortimer. Yeah.
Mortimer.
So are you a replicant
I don't think so.
or what is it? Decoy? Are you
A
decoy?
decoy.
Yeah, are you a decoy?
What did he call it? An Asimov chain or no? Asimov cascade?
It's some. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was something like that.
Rick and Morty is great.
Don't have cable.
Season 5 is coming in
It
swinging.
is. Yeah.
So yeah, the first episode was Narnia,
Yep.
and then this one was just a fun, like,
Blade Runner meets they say it in the episode. Because they keep trying to compare what sci-fi story it's based on, and Rick
yeah,
is
they
getting more and more
point
tired
out
of
a
it.
couple. Yeah, they point out
Yeah.
a couple different ones that it could be.
But the basic gist is that the show starts as any normal Rick and Morty does, with them doing some shenanigans, and then Rick's watch goes off, and he's like, "Oh, or no." Then they all get killed, and then it goes to
Christian-
another Rick family.
yeah, Christian God is real. We're gonna go kill him.
Yeah,
And they're like, wait,
that's right. Christian God is real. We're gonna go kill him.
Yeah.
And they get killed by squid aliens, and it cuts to another Rick and Smith family, and his watch goes off. He says, "Oh, we gotta leave. Some decoys just got killed." They're like, "Wait, decoys?" He's like, "Yeah, I made perfect replicas of all of you and hid them around the country," and then they get killed, and then we go to another family, and the episode continues that way the whole way through. It's incredible.
Oh, it's really good. And they actually had this really good point in the middle that we talked about before we started, where it looked like they just did all this to set up interdimensional cable, where it was going to be this like really cool thing, and then it's like
one episode they had the Wenwolf instead of werewolf.
Yeah, so they did the Wenwolf, and then the squids come by and kill him, and it was just like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
and then like,
and then a little bit later, one of the decoy families is going through the whole plan, and then they're like, oh, we should split up and look for this or that. And Rick just shuts down the B. He specifically says, no, we're not doing any of this B-plot stuff.
Yeah.
We're all sticking together.
Oh, it was good. It was real good.
And then the squid aliens turn out to also be decoys of they're just in disguise hunting down other decoys. Because the decoys
the best
were
reveal.
perfect replicas, so they were making decoys. And the decoys of the decoys were making decoys all the way down.
That was one of those things that I thought was really cool, because they actually like called out Rick on the fact that like Rick never actually does anything to completion. He does it like 95%, but that 5% really messes up down the line. 5% off, 5% off, 5% off, 5% off, and then you end up with like a Pinocchio like looking Rick.
Yeah,
who's just like, I know that I'm not real, but also like, who cares? Like, I'm here now, and it's like. Well, all right.
And I like what
cool.
the episode said. Was basically saying is that the whole time they're trying to make you think, oh, this is the real Rick, Morty, Summer, Jerry. But then they die, and you're like, oh, so the next one I'm looking at is the real one. But the whole point of it is, it doesn't matter. The real one is whichever one we happen to be following that episode.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Well, it was also just a fun episode where it's like, okay, here's some fun stuff that's going on. Like, I'm just enjoying watching the carnage. And I think they finish off the episode in a really cool way where there's like, they're all coming back with Space Beth. And they're just like, hey, we even found Space Beth. And they're just like, oh, decoy. Decoy?
I'm glad you brought that up, because that's one thing that bugged me is the next day or two, I started seeing so many news things come on my phone of like, oh, this major Rick and Morty character's back. I'm like, what do you mean she's back? We saw her 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Like she was in the season 4 finale.
Right.
And like they had the first episode of season 5, and this is the second one.
Well, man, you need to clickbait. I need to click somehow.
And man. I get that that's it. And then you see how the YouTube thumbnails are like all the Easter eggs you missed in this episode of Rick and Morty.
Yeah, they're super annoying.
I like the new Rockstars does those where they do like an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah,
thing. I love those videos. I just
like catching I like catching them myself, and if I miss any, I'm like, well, I know there's more there I didn't catch, but I'm fine with it. Yeah, but like, did you see that someone on the Rick and Morty subreddit realized that Mr. Nimbus is a direct reference to a character from some obscure 70s movie?
No.
Where
That's
it's like
awesome.
The world is controlled by like these handful of essentially deities, and the one who controls the ocean and stuff and modeled himself after Poseidon is the chief of the world police.
He controls the police.
Oh wow!
It's literally a direct reference to this character.
I like that because new rock stars like Dan Harmon posted, reposted new rock stars video about all the Easter eggs from episode 1, and he was just like, it's really refreshing to see people get the jokes that no one really got. So that might be one he was talking about.
It was probably exactly it.
Well, and I think one of the things that Rick and Morty does a good job with is they make references to other characters, but then they do create their own character within that reference. So it still makes sense even if you don't know the reference.
It is,
and that's why they do well,
and it's fun.
Yeah, I know I've kind of harped on that the last couple episodes we've been on when like we're talking about like callbacks and whatnot, but like it really is it's a very difficult thing to do, is make something original enough to where you don't have to know the reference for it to be cool.
Yeah, look at our show. We've never been original in our life.
And the whole thing of being careful about, because there's such that fine line between true like random but funny and LOL random from early 2000s humor where it's like, oh, I dropped my spork XD. So random.
Drop my spork XD. Wow, boy, what a one.
That was a gem right there.
I had to think about that one for a minute. Hold on.
But you remember all the old BB code forums? That's what people would say. And then sometimes if they wanted to feel cute, they would do the lowercase x and then D, capital D.
I wish I could remember what he was called. But do you remember?
Have you ever heard the term glomp?
No.
Matt just went down the nostalgia road.
That was one that was all over the place on these old forums. This is circa 2003, 2004.
Right.
And it was what it described the action of running up behind someone and jumping on their back. Jeez. And that was what you would see someone say something excited, like LOL,
I just globbed.
Something like that. And then asterisk, glomps, close asterisk. Because that's how you would denote an action being done.
Jeez.
They were weird times.
It's weird that you reminded, because one of my favorite things. You remember back like the Call of Duty like 360 no scope days? Like you get like the gamer poops and stuff.
Yeah.
But do you remember the comments that when someone first discovered that you could make stick figures in comment sections of like YouTube?
Oh,
because like there was I can't remember what he was called. But that was like a popular thing. People would throw like the stick figures of this dude like holding a gun or holding like holding a flower or something. Like they would do stupid stuff. But like that would fill like the comment section of your YouTube. And it's weird to look back and be like, wow, you guys don't know what you're going to transform into. You don't know what you're going to become.
Yeah.
You're going to become monsters.
The internet was a simpler place.
Yeah, as Bo Burnham said, circa 99, right before the towers fell, this place was just travel blogs.
God.
Yeah.
All right. So are we just still ignoring your trailer?
No.
Yes,
but I do have something.
I'm going to put a link to it in the show notes anyway, so people know what
that's
we're talking about.
We're talking about the Shang-Chi trailer.
Oh, all right. Well, you're just going to come out. Okay.
But I want to
We're just
preface
gonna come
something because I think we said, I can't remember. Wow, episode we said that we were going to do like a mid-season review of Loki. I'm changing that now without talking to you. We're going to do a series review because
that's fine because I'm not caught up.
It's only it's only 6 episodes and
Yeah.
we're on episode 4. We might as well just play out to the end
Yeah.
and then do it because it got real today.
Okay.
Wait,
That's all you have to say. Don't elaborate further.
Way to unilaterally just change things on this podcast and not talk to the House or the Senate.
That's right.
Yeah. Wait,
but-
did you just call him the executive branch?
No, he's the courts.
Oh, who's the executive?
Oh,
God.
Power.
Oh, I got you.
Power.
So wait, are you saying that God is the head of this podcast?
Well, I mean, technically, God is the head of everything.
True. Bless up.
See, that would have been funnier, like if someone could see what you did, okay.
I like how he's like, it'd be funny if people see what you did, and then you imitate it while they also can't see what you just did.
So quizzes. I brought quizzes.
Oh, you did?
I brought
nice.
I brought 2 games.
You
for us
brought
to
some
play.
quizzes, boy? Did you bring some quizzes?
Will you stop doing that?
How-
Every time you do that, I don't know why you think
unexpected.
it's so funny, but to me it's so creepy because you're so excited to treat me like a slave. Speaking
That
of
wasn't
which,
what I was going for at all, and you know it. I'm going for the puppy dog.
I
This is my
get-
little puppy. Oh, that
puppies
was
are-
the anecdote I had, by the way. My family's dog killed 4 rabbits yesterday.
Jeez.
They were in the backyard, and every time we let her out, she'd show up 5 minutes later at the door or at the window with a baby rabbit in her mouth.
your dog is so tiny.
I know.
Your dog, the rabbits are bigger than your
Baby
dog.
rabbits aren't.
What a monster.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And my sisters kept yelling at her. I'm like, you can't make her stop. She's part rat terrier. She wants to kill. Like,
She wants to kill. Oh my god. Oh.
so my dog has officially killed more people than any of us.
not true.
That assumes that rabbits are people. Obviously.
I was gonna say, wait, hold on. We were just talking about rabbits.
Well, if that's the case, then no, I've probably killed about the equal then because I used to be a hunter when I was
That's
a kid
fair.
growing up.
Well,
You know
no,
what?
deer aren't people, but rabbits are.
Yeah, I've killed rabbits and squirrels. I
Oh,
hunted-
squirrels aren't people either.
Okay,
Do you know squirrels are the smartest rodents?
what? That's such a weird fact. Why do you know certain things?
Because I had pet rats, and it was well known that rats were like the second smartest rodent, second to squirrels. Does that make sense that I would know that fact
did
now?
you know that, Zach?
You see,
Apparently,
I
it
have a-
wasn't well known because he's taking too long.
But
to
you can
answer.
understand why I would know it.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Can we do this? I
wasn't stopping you.
Okay, let's do this. Let's play a game.
Okay.
So the game is for you two to guess the movie.
Scarface.
No, guess the movie from a very bad plot synopsis of the film.
Synopsis.
What did I say?
Synapsis.
synopsis.
Those are the things in your brain.
Synopsis. All right. So you ready for the first one? So the first one is not as good, but this one's been going on for 2 years, and the guy just 2 months.
Oh, we're
ago-
starting with this one.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
gonna start this one because this one's not as good as the other ones. I don't think, in my opinion.
Okay.
Someone sent me a Facebook message. Okay. So the
Is that
first
part of the description?
the first one, no.
Yeah.
The first one is former Philadelphia thug ends the Cold War.
Wait, former what?
Former Philadelphia thug ends the Cold War.
That's it?
That's it.
Former Philadelphia.
And we should get this.
And
Yes.
Cold War.
Former-
Rocky.
Yep. Rocky. Rocky.
Yeah.
Point to Zach.
I mean, he did say it. That was what someone guessed on it.
Businessman falls in love with a hooker.
Is that Wolf of Wall Street? Businessman or American Psycho?
This is a
No.
struggle because I know exactly which one this one is.
Do you?
Yeah.
Who's in it?
Pretty Woman.
Do you want?
Oh,
Yeah.
is it Pretty Woman?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. I forgot what we talked about before the show.
Yeah, well, no, that was the
I've never
one
seen that
time.
one.
That was the one time where Ryan looked at me. He just looks at me and goes, "I never know what's gonna come out of your mouth."
Right.
Because it's like I have all these weird movies that I've watched.
So the third one is a hotel caretaker freezes to death in the freezing cold, which is weird phrase.
Is that Hotel Artemis?
No.
What? So he asked the question
I
again.
didn't think you guys would have as much trouble with this.
Hotel Caretaker? Freezes to death. Oh, it's with
Nicholson? Is that who? You're
Yeah,
saying?
Jack Nicholson. It's Here's
Oh.
Johnny.
Yeah, I don't know the name of it either. I can't think of it.
It's
The Shining.
The Shining.
Shining, yeah.
This one's really funny. Rich girl lets poor boy drowned.
Jeez. The Poseidon Adventure.
Rich girl.
You got to think
poor
about really
boy
popular
drown.
movies. You got to think of like movies everyone knows.
Everyone knows a Poseidon Adventure. The cruise ship tips over and they have to survive as it's filling with water. Classic.
I can't believe that you're having trouble with the idea of a rich girl lets a. Okay, but no, you're wrong.
Oh.
We're talking about
Unbreakable.
I'm
No.
The Longest Yard.
Yes. No. God, guys, it's Titanic.
Oh, that makes sense.
Number 5. University professor fights a European dictatorship because he wants artifacts in a museum.
Oh, that one's easy.
Oh yeah, that one's completely obvious.
Yeah. Star Wars.
Zach, what's
Yeah,
your guess, Zach?
I mean, it was Star Wars. It was Han Solo.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yes, Indiana Jones. Shark. This one's pretty good. This is the last one.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, they're all very short. Shark offspring seeks revenge against family of guy who killed his father.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Finding Nemo.
No, I'll give you a hint. This is a sequel.
It's Jaws 2.
Jaws: The Revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it was Jaws 2. I was hoping you just made it too easy there. I was like, I'm not guessing Jaws 2 immediately.
Right. Okay.
That's funny.
So now this one is from a reputable source that I buy Hot Toys from.
Oh, we
This-
have a second thing.
Yeah, we have a second one. This is 10 of them. And can you guess these 10 movies from their misleading plot descriptions?
Okay.
From
Plot descriptions.
sideshow.com. This is a good first one. An intergalactic terrorist seeks revenge by hitchhiking a ride with a religious fanatic and a smuggler.
That's too easy.
Yeah, well, it's the first
It's
one.
Spaceballs.
Okay. No.
It's a New Hope.
Yes.
I was trying to think of a funny one. I was gonna
Yeah.
do the answer to everything.
The problem was it was too obvious, so it's like
Yeah.
we can't just sit here and pretend we don't know it
Yeah.
for too long.
A man with a hammer needs to team up with 5 other people to help him beat up his little brother.
This is too easy.
Yeah, it's
What is it?
Avengers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make it harder, Ryan.
Dude, I'm literally stealing these from other people. A boy whose friend is an eccentric neighbor must shun his mother's affection or cease to exist.
Wait. Oh. Yeah, it's easy too.
Okay.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Back to the
easy.
Future 3.
No.
What's the question?
A boy whose friend is an eccentric neighbor must shun his mother's affection or he will cease to exist. Also,
It's the first Back to the Future.
Yes, but it's also not his neighbor.
Is it not?
I don't think he's neighbors with him.
He's just the guy he helps out on the after school.
Doc's not his neighbor because at one point he has to ride his skateboard really far away.
Yeah.
I don't know. A student uses a powerful device to do her homework, save her friend's pet, and help an escaped convict.
She has to what?
Help. She has a student uses a powerful device to do her homework, save her friend's pet, and escape, and an escaped convict. I think they were trying to say
Ben
and
10.
help an.
Kim Possible?
No. This one I thought was really hard for me because I didn't see this movie since I was a kid.
Princess Bride.
No.
Okay, I hate to do this, but ask one more time.
A
Just it's
student uses a powerful device to do her homework, save her friend's pet, and help an escaped convict.
Wait, is it Halloween Town?
Hogwarts.
Oh.
Harry Potter.
Which one though?
It's the third one. Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, Prisoner of Azkaban.
There
yeah.
you go. Yeah. Okay.
I think we
It
both
took me a
go to
second.
the magic part at the
Yeah,
same time.
I was like, yeah, okay, now it makes sense.
So this one you're gonna have to be very. This one is interesting because I don't really agree with the way they worded this one. An interpreted father and his son who's looking for religious dinnerware and runs into Hitler along the way.
Jojo Rabbit?
No,
Or is it Raiders of the Lost Ark?
no, but you're on the right track.
Is it an Indiana Jones movie?
Yes. Which one?
It's the one with Sean Connery. Mm-hmm. That's
Holy Grail.
no, Last Crusade.
Yeah,
There you go.
it's
The
the one
Last
with the Holy
Crusade.
Grail. Yeah.
Despite having the word last in the title, it's the first one, but whatever.
Yeah.
A ragtag team of misfits take a very long walk to destroy a piece of jewelry.
Harry Potter again.
Yeah.
What? No.
Ryan, of course
I
I know it.
couldn't-
Of course I know what this is.
Well, with him, it's believable that he didn't know, but the way you were like, yeah.
Of course he knows too.
What is it then, Zach?
Oh, I thought that was the plot of the first of the final Harry Potter movies. Because the ragtag group goes and destroys the piece of jewelry in order to kill.
Wow, he's technically
Voldemort.
What
right.
is the most famous? What is
He's
the most? I mean,
technically
he
right.
really is. That's yeah, with the sword of Gondor. I almost said the sword of Gondor,
Confirmed.
which
Harry
also
Potter
is not
lives
a
with the
thing at
hobbits.
that.
It's the Lord of the Rings trilogy
Yeah.
for you, Zach.
So funny. Okay, yeah. No, that's true. I don't. Well, I
was-
already
when he
had
said-
magic on the
I was
brain.
like, wow, he's technically right. I can't fault him. A naked time traveler with an endless supply of one-liners becomes the ultimate babysitter.
Again, it's too easy.
I mean, what do you expected, man? It's literally a show. It's called Sideshow
Yeah,
Collectibles.
Terminator 2.
I mean, technically, it's all the Terminators.
No, it's not. First one, it's not. Third one, kind of.
Oh, okay. I know which one. I was like, wait a minute. I
It's
don't-
Terminator 2, right?
Yeah,
Judgment
but
Day.
I was like, this next one. I was like, wait a minute. I don't know this one, but I do.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
An orphan torn between his home and heritage realizes he must condemn an entire race.
Home is heritage.
This one, I was like, wow. I read this. I was like, wait a minute.
Condemn
This
an
one's
Home is heritage.
this one's difficult.
Condemn an entire race.
You want me to read it again?
Gears of War.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah.
Caught between his home and his heritage was condemned.
That's
an
weird.
entire
That's
race.
technically right too. Gears of War would technically be right if you think about the
Is-
Gears of War 3.
Yeah.
That's why.
His home and
Wow. That's so that
Ryan's like, where are you getting?
I don't know about this one.
you don't.
I don't know.
I don't know if I want to give you hints because I feel like it'll be
Try to give us a hint.
a man above the stars. Man from the stars.
Read
Is
the
it
thing
Christ?
again.
An orphan torn between his home and heritage realizes he must condemn an entire race. Technically, you're right. What you just said.
Is it Passion of the Christ?
No. But it so one of the other hints I could give you is the director heavily implied this character was Jesus to the human
Oh,
race.
is it Superman?
Yes.
Man of Steel.
It's Man of Steel. Yep.
What does it mean condemn our whole
Yeah. Well,
Oh, his own race.
Yeah, because he had to choose
that's
between
right.
the human race and his race.
I don't.
Okay.
When they say an entire what Zod's
he-
whole plan was to turn
Oh,
Earth
you're
into
talking
Krypton.
specifically about Man of Steel.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
that's all right. I was gonna say, I was like, I don't understand why you pull Superman from that. I was thinking more of the comic book version.
I don't think you're going to get this one, but I mean if you do
Okay.
so, Surprise. A rich kid opens a school for special needs children where none of the staff have any teaching qualifications.
Oh, that one's obvious.
What is it?
X-Men.
Which one?
I mean, all of them.
No.
I mean, it's in all of them.
Technically, yes.
X-Men, X2, X-Men United, X3.
First class.
X-Men First Class is the
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah. What was X-Men 3 called? Was it just X-Men 3?
X3.
Was it just X3?
Depending on which one you're talking about. You mean like the
They
Fox,
were gender inclusive.
the
With
first
Phoenix. And the actual third one.
the actual third one was X3 and
But
then,
it didn't have a subtitle?
no, it was just called X3.
Oh, all right. Because the second one was X-Men United, right? It was X2, X-Men United.
Or no, I think it was X3 The Last Stand. I think
That's it.
what
You're
was.
right.
The
That's
Last
what it
Stand.
was.
I'm just upset that it wasn't X people.
Yeah, for real. It's so uninclusive.
This one's your last one, and I think this is the lamest one. A whip-wielding vigilante with a death wish confronts two feuding orphans, all wearing animal costumes.
I'm sorry. Say that one again.
A whip-wielding vigilante with a death wish confronts two feuding orphans, all wearing animal costumes.
Peter Pan?
No.
Wait, what?
I'll read it one more time.
Okay.
A whip-wielding vigilante with a death wish confronts two feuding orphans, all wearing animal costumes.
I feel like I should know it.
I feel like it's a Batman reference, but I don't know any whip wielding.
Is it Catwoman?
I don't know, is it?
Is it
Two feuding
the
orphans.
second Tim Burton Batman movie?
Oh, it's Justice League.
No, it's Batman Returns. You were right. It's the
Yeah.
second.
No.
I couldn't remember what the title was.
Because Batman Returns.
I mean, I thought it was a lasso. It wasn't a whip.
No, it's a whip.
Oh.
No, Wonder Woman uses the lasso truth.
Oh, okay. That's why I was like,
as I push my glasses up.
actually,
Can I try one?
You have one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
An immigrant moves to the U.S. and starts a very successful business very quickly.
the American Dream done.
What's the Eddie Murphy movie? Coming to America.
Nope.
Beverly Hills Ninja.
Nope. I've already said it too.
Wait, what?
I already said what the movie was earlier.
Oh, did you?
Uh-huh.
Say it again.
An entrepreneur comes to America and starts a very successful business.
American Psycho.
Nope.
I don't know. I literally don't believe I've seen this movie you're talking about. So
It's probably a little too vague, but Zach,
Rush
any
Hour
guesses?
2.
No. The one that takes place in China? It's all about an American businessman, but he's not in it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Because
They only get text messages from the American businessman. about
Okay, I'll narrow it down. His business isn't recognized by the American government.
MODOK?
No.
Is this that one that I said no one's ever seen?
No.
Okay. I don't know.
I'll give you another hint. It was the very first movie I said.
Dude, I don't even remember how many breaths I took yesterday. Like in the last 2 minutes. Like I don't
He
know.
has a friend that he refers to as Little.
Oh.
Twins?
I think Zach's on the right path. If I give the actor, it'll give it away.
Can I just have one more hint? Can you give me anything else?
He's a big fan of a specific state.
Book of Mormon.
Nope.
A fan of a specific state.
It's a flyover state.
Utah?
Nope.
Hoover Dam.
Could try, but no.
I don't know. I'm throwing
Zach?
the towel.
Ohio? You never want to land in Ohio. You just want to fly over it.
The answer is Scarface.
Oh, I've never seen it.
Really?
Never seen
didn't-
Scarface.
Oh
No.
my god. I described it so well too.
Nope. I've never seen Scarface from like start to beginning or start to end.
Start to
beginning. So technically, yes.
No, yeah, I mean, he's got a point.
I don't know why you're disappointed.
Classic.
You hired me to be on a pop culture show, and I barely watch anything other than Marvel and DC films. What do you want from me?
All right.
Hey,
Does
I
anyone else
barely
have
watch
any
any
off
of
the top of
those.
their head?
What?
Anyone else have anything?
I don't know. You got anything?
Sunglasses.
I didn't like that.
I just hurt Ryan.
I didn't like that.
Oh, I have another one actually.
Okay.
A man's wife is brutally murdered, and he has to
Shawshank Redemption.
by himself take care of his disabled son.
Nemo.
Exactly. Yep. It was Finding Nemo. Good job. All right. Is that all we have? Is that all we have?
That might be.
Don't touch my knee. Don't do that.
That was your calf.
You're right.
I get thighs and calves mixed up sometimes.
That's what they all say.
This podcast is going to come back to haunt you when you get put up to be a Supreme Court judge.
You're exactly right. Thank you all for listening.
Trust me, if anyone's going to get dragged down from this podcast, from anything they've said on this podcast, I'm going.
Yeah,
down.
he is.
I'm being canceled.
Thank you all for
immediately.
listening. You can go to social media, Pop Culture Unboxing, www.popculture.com, popcultureunboxing.com. And also me,
I wish that we put
Matt Ross VO
.edu.
on Twitter and Jan Jingle on Twitch.
I'm Ryan Beatty, and you can find me at all the local AA meetings and on Twitter under, I think, Riki Tiki 252. If not, it's Red Steak Ryan. The same as Instagram. Just type one of those two, and then it's Riki Tiki 252 on Twitch. That's really convoluted. I should really figure out what's what.
Yeah.
I should just go back to Red Steak Ryan.
You should. I told you that from the beginning.
Well, I've got split personality disorder, and you can find me at _leaf, LIEF. And I am not a middle-aged Brazilian woman. That underscore is important.
Very true. Underscores. It really underscores
You know,
the value of.
If we ever get super popular till we have like a massive amount of fans,
Yes.
I am selling, like we're selling a shirt that just says I'm not a Brazilian.
Middle-aged
I'm not a middle-aged Brazilian woman.
Like that's going on a shirt.
That's actually brilliant.
That's going on a shirt.
There we go. Something I've created on my own.
And then another one that says, I love you, have fun, and then whatever it is you say at the very end.
Oh yeah.
Like when I say, bye, I love you.
And I say bye bye.
That's it.
Have fun.